Hi and welcome back. So we were discussing Lochinar last week and we'll continue with that today. We have completed the first two paragraphs and I hope you've finished the work that I had asked you to do in terms of the paraphrasing that I asked you to do. I hope you've completed it. Now make sure that you are doing all the works that I give you in one notebook. Okay, so that whenever it is that you get to come to college finally, I'll be able to see all the work that you've been doing at home. So make sure that you are all putting it in one place. Okay, it doesn't have to be a new notebook, or it doesn't have to be a completely one notebook that you dedicate for this. Maybe you can use one single notebook, both sides, one for your fine tune and one for your pulse from the deeps. Okay, so please make an informed decision of that and make sure that you complete all the work that I'm asking you to do, because hopefully we'll be able to meet soon, and then I'll be checking each and every one of your notebooks to see that if you have been doing what I've been asking you to do. All right, so coming back to our poem, we discussed the first two paragraphs last week. All right, the first paragraph was telling us about Lochinar. Okay, we got to know a lot of his qualities. The second paragraph told us about his difficult journey that he had, and all the struggles that he had to overcome while he traveled to Netherby Hall. Okay, and then we are told the purpose of his travel. The purpose of the travel is that he's coming to meet Ellen, but the tragedy of that fact is that she's already betrothed, or she has already consented to marry someone else. And we are told a little bit about that bridegroom also, that he was the complete opposite of what Lochinar is. He is someone who's a laggard in love and a dastard in war. So he's very lazy in love. He's not a very good lover, nor is he a very brave fighter. He's a coward. Okay, so he's the exact opposite of Lochinar, and it is a tragedy that Ellen is supposed to marry someone like that after being in love with Lochinar. All right, and so we have gotten the background of the poem. We know who Lochinar is, what his qualities are, and why he's going to Netherby Hall. So now let's move on to lines 13 to 18, which is the third stanza of the poem. Okay, so let's read it once. So boldly he entered the Netherby Hall, among bridesmen and kinsmen and brothers and all. Then spoke the bride's father, his hand on his sword, but the poor craven bridegroom said never a word. O come ye in peace here, or come ye in war, or to dance at our bridal, young Lord Lochinar? So now that he has reached Netherby Gate, all right, we talked about how before he alighted, the bride had already consented. So he's reached Netherby Hall, and he entered it very, very boldly. He was very bold in his step. The manner in which he walked was very bold and brave. So he boldly entered the Netherby Hall without fearing anything. But we already know, right, he should be fearful of entering Netherby Hall because he belongs to the opposite side. Okay, and but he does not. He's a Scottish man, but he's not fearful at all because he's a brave man. And with that same bravery, he enters Netherby Hall, and so boldly he entered the Netherby Hall among bridesmen and kinsmen and brothers and all. Okay, so he's entering Netherby Hall, which is the place of what? This is the place that Ellen belongs to, and Ellen is an English woman, while Lochinar is a Scottish man, right? So Ellen's kinsmen, that means relatives, okay, all her relatives. Bridesmen means all the bride's people. Okay, so she is entering the hall which is filled with the bride's people who are all English. Okay, and her kinsmen who are her relatives. Okay, then there are her brothers, and everyone is there. So everyone that Lochinar should be fearful of, Lochinar should be fearful of, especially in the given circumstances that he's coming to meet the woman he loves when she is betrothed to someone else. All of those people are filled in that hall. Okay, and but he was never afraid, and he directly went and spoke to the bride's father. Okay, his hand and the bride's father, upon seeing him there, and seeing his bold behavior. He put a hand on his sword. Okay, so see, that is indicative of a threat. When he's putting his hand on his sword, he's ready to fight if he has to for his daughter. Okay, so before asking Lochinar a question, he's very slyly, threateningly putting his hand on his sword. And what does he say? Oh, come ye in peace here, or come ye in war. Okay, why have you come here? What is the purpose of your visit, is what he's asking. Okay, have you come in peace? Okay, or have you come to wage war? What is your purpose? Or to dance at our bridal? Or have you come to celebrate with us? There is a bridal shower going on here. The wedding is supposed to happen soon. Okay, and this is a betrothal party. So have you come to dance or enjoy or celebrate with us at this bridal shower, young Lord Lochinar? So he's asking the question directly to Lochinar, and he's threatening him while he's asking him that question, that why have you come here? Obviously he understands that the purpose of him coming here could not have been good. There is one sentence here that is put into the bracket. Okay, and why is that put in the bracket? Because then spoke the bride's father. Now to see, the bride has already been spoken for by that other bridegroom. Okay, the dastard man, but that man is the one who should be speaking up for his wife to be, right? When the lover is coming there, he should be the one who should be threatening, and he should be all protective and everything. But for the poor craven bridegroom said never a word. Okay, poor craven bridegroom, he's called craven, means he's very cowardly. He's already very afraid, and obviously he must have heard of Lochinar, so he's afraid of Lochinar too. So he's very afraid, so he does not speak to Lochinar directly. Okay, and he was so afraid that he did not speak. So instead the father is speaking and asking Lochinar the purpose of his visit, and he's doing so in a threatening manner. Okay, let's move on to the next paragraph. So Lochinar replies, okay, he's when the father is asking what is the purpose of coming here, are you coming to fight or anything? But Lochinar is very calmly replying back, I long wooed your daughter, my suit you denied. Love smells, sorry, love swells like the Solway, but ebbs like its tide. And now I come with this lost love of mine, to lead but one measure, drink one cup of wine. There are maidens in Scotland more lovely by far, that would gladly be bride to the young Lochinar. Okay, so he's replying to the father's question and saying that I long wooed your daughter. Okay, for a very long time, I tried to gain the love of your daughter, or for long I have dated her, to speak in your terms. Okay, or for long I have been her lover for a very long time. Okay, and he has very for so long he's tried to woo her, he's tried to make her marry him, but even though the daughter was won over, the daughter fell in love with him, but my suit you denied. Okay, my suit means my proposal for marriage. Okay, you as her father were the one who denied my proposal for marrying your daughter. Okay, love swells like the Solway. Okay, so Solway is what? It is the inlet. Remember we talked about the river. There was another river, the river Eski, okay, which flows into the ocean. The inlet is Solway. Okay, the ocean inlet is Solway, which then goes on and joins the ocean. Okay, so this is actually a sea inlet that forms part of the borders between Scotland and England. So he's saying that like the Solway, which is a sea inlet, obviously when water is flowing more and when water is flowing less, there is a difference in the size of that inlet. Okay, in the size of that water body. So it swells like the Solway. Love swells like the Solway means just like the Solway, when there is a lot of water flowing in, it will rise. Okay, or it grows. Okay, so my love for your daughter is like the Solway when it is growing. Okay, but ebbs like its tide. Okay, so it can grow, my love can grow like the Solway when there is a lot of water, but it can also ebb, or it can fall to a lower level. Okay, when the water is moving away, this